by me called Winterset is coming out. It was acquired by Anchor Bay and is coming out limited theatrical in November, which is pretty considering that Double Comes to Kansas City. The second one was a Saban Tubi original release, so it didn't quite make it to theatrical, even though that, it was really, really cool to have Saban, who, I
Yeah.
grew up with watching Power Rangers,
Yeah.
pick up from me and then flip it to Tubi as a Tubi original as an exclusive, it was really, really exciting. And then obviously Digging to Death was the first feature I made when I was just a wee boy at 30 years old. But yeah, Cougar was actually a like an offshoot of that, kind of almost like a spin-off, but not really, because it's like totally different vibes. And that's really exciting. I actually was up at the ranch where you joined me last summer, yesterday, believe it or not. I was up there yesterday doing, because we have the show done, it's edited. There's like little bits, little, we call it connective tissue or whatever, little
Right.
spots that need to fill in chunks. So I just went up there with, I even still have my camera built and everything. Just just went up there. I got back late last night, so I'm constantly moving, but was still just knocking that out. And then really excited to announce last week I got a multi-picture deal. So I'll be
Oh,
doing, yeah, I'm still processing it because I'm like, oh my Lord. But we're doing quite a few features, and the
that's great.
terms were very realistic. Like, all of the parameters and terms were so realistic that it feels really good.
Well,
And
especially now. I mean, especially now with everybody just kind of with their finger in their ear or wherever, and wondering what the hell's going on. The fact that you got a picture deal, it doesn't totally surprise me because number one, I know that the industry, I'll say the big boys, are out there searching for proven people. I saw
right,
a report about how they're searching TikTok and Instagram, and they're signing people and they're, putting together big deals and letting them keep their IP and, lots of
right,
that stuff. And I'm not totally surprised because right now they're just sitting there like the rest of us treading water with like one arm.
right. Yeah, no, I mean and like, it's nice. The deal that we kind of worked out was it's not one of those where you hear when somebody says, "Oh, I got $20 million for three pictures." It's like, okay, you know, but like with the terms that were, that we kind of discussed, and like the parameters and the client needs, and just sort of where everything, it all just sounds really healthy, So it's one of those where I'm like, I hate to be cryptic, but I can't really talk
No.
too much.
Yeah.
But it is one of those where it's like that's cool, and I'm really excited for the opportunities that that's going to open up for me
Yeah.
and for other filmmakers that I can bring in. I mean, I'm going to be pulling out all the stops and literally bringing in all of my friends,
That's great.
including you.
I
Don't,
appreciate it. Yeah.
don't be surprised when you get a couple calls.
Well, and here's the thing. Let's go right to the. Well, first of all, I bet every filmmaker or actor always wonders how did the person start. And
Sure.
I've heard your story because I've had you on the show before. But this lights camera AI is a little bit different.